baby, listen to the speaker. No matter what, just let it go.
Pop, persuadable. What's going on, boo-boos? You really should try archery while blindfolded sometime. You don't know what you're missing. Oof! Awful. But we survived the dad joke. Let's get moving on here. So this is a Hydra player. Congratulations, Mystic, on being a Hydra clown. And my hat is off to you for submitting your gameplay. A lot for you to be a high tier and submit your gameplay for feedback. It really shows your dedication to the game. It's something that a lot of clan members before you, AO, historically, that's what they have to do. They have to look at their gameplay and say, hey, I know I'm high tier, but there's always room for improvement. So congratulations to you. Anyways, this is a group 3 layout, and there's really two methods or two approaches that you could do. So first of all, you're lucky because with this spawn point, for a clown, you already get your attachments, which you know. But you either have spawn, you can either go route 1 or 2. Route 2 theoretically matters where a cipher position is. If you look at this survivor here, there's certain cipher spawns which forces him to go to that cipher bridge. But that's really unique. So I think that you choose the right route by going to route number 1. And how about we fast forward a little bit to the gameplay and see how Mystic does. Alright, so we see that Mystic has an attachment on all 3. Increased movement speed, pretty much infinite propeller, which decreases your speed a little bit in regards to how fast it goes. So you're doing the right thing here. You're kind of panning that camera to see if they're on the that rocket chair bridge. Or I'm sorry, cipher bridge. So you're going to hit this mercenary. I agree with that strategy. You hit that mercenary once. That's a good strategy, and then you move on from there. And so you have your tinnitus activated. I think that you're going to reroute after this, though. Yep. Okay, good move. So what Clown's doing is essentially he knows that survivor decided to transition towards first stop. So he knows that the seer is going to be over here. It would make no sense for Seer to transition across the map, especially since a cipher machine is there. So one of the things I'm going to do as well, Mystic, is I'm going to include gameplay from the top 2 clown over on China at the end of this game. One of the things that I can tell with your movement so far is you have pretty good movement with your clown. I don't think you fully mastered it. I think that you're about 75% of the way there. When you were going against that seer, you were kind of doing some really roundabout sort of turns instead of being able to turn almost on a straight line. It's a very difficult thing to do, but I think I may be nitpicking. But one of the things is that for top 1, 2, 3 clown, they have the ability to really be able to turn back and forth numerous times within a straight line instead of having to curve out. And I really hope that you at least see what I mean by the movements, specifically when the number 2 clown goes against the priestess. Just remember that, Mystic. Remember that, viewers. The number 2 clown against the priestess. You're going to see that at the end of this game. I will put that game up there like I said. Let's see what this forward player is going to do here. You can see that he's going to wait before after half. He's really helping his team try to catch up on the decode a little bit. Here we go. Unfortunately, he hits that object there. You can see that forward has some pretty good movements, but you were in a good position against that forward. You were out in the wide open. All right, excellent stun from the forward, though. So forward understands, listen, I've already been hit. What I really need to do, he's going to hit that pallet. Yep, okay, so that was a good prediction from you as well. What forward was doing was hopping over that pallet, getting the boost, and then using his football stun on top of that. So it was a good attempt. He really bought up as much time as he could to help the seer. And even though that last stun didn't effectively hit you, he still forced you to use a skill. So that really bought up a lot of time for the seer. That was a pretty good job. But you did a really good job also at countering that forward. So you were in proper position, and you used your skill to block the final stun. So let's see what this seer is going to try to do. See, uses his owl, or hers, sorry. And Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I do that all the time. You're like, fuck it. Good relocation. You didn't put them on the other rocket chair. You put them over here because you knew. Actually, it doesn't really matter because I don't think that you're gonna. Nope. All right, good. So you decide not to pick up the forward, and you're gonna go after. Let's see, what is this? Is that a perfumer? So she used her perfume. Excellent controls. This is what there. That's what I was talking about. And my honest. All right. Well, hey, you know what? It worked. It worked. That I'm laughing just because like that's how I blink too. I laugh because that's how I blink all the time too. One of the things that a lot of top hunters have the ability of doing is making sure that they swing and then blink simultaneously right after it. So like they just do a regular attack, blink, and then by the time the blink lands, their attack connects even if they have to pin their camera in a 180 if the survivor's trying to juke them. So I'm not sure if you struggle with that sort of blink thing or if that was just kind of a fluke. Either way, I'm not judging you because trust me, my blinks are terrible. All right, let's see what you can pull over here. Oh, perfumer. That was unfortunate, but again, you play mind games with them and you play tricks with them. I mean, I've done that too before, so that's what happens in that area. So you lucked out a little bit with that little boo-boo, but it's all right. That happens. As a former perfumer main, I've done that millions of times too. So, and I like the fact that you didn't pick up the mercenary. So let's see what you're going to do with this forward. And yep, get that terror shock. Pretty sure the forward is just kind of realizing the reality right there. So good gameplay from the survivors. Good gameplay from the hunter. And now let's take a look at the number 2 clown here. And we're not really going to go through the team comp thingy, whatever, for this. I just kind of want to show you guys what's going to happen here. So again, I believe this is the number 2 clown that I was watching, and you're going to see some of his controls. You have excellent controls with your clown. This may also be a PC user, so if you're a mobile user, even though you have higher sensitivity now, unlike the old days, there still may be an advantage with that. I mean, it is a lot easier using a mouse than what it is your fingers, but I mean, I was very, very impressed by your clown. So you have some excellent controls. And, we all know that one of the best clowns to ever play on NAEU who's still playing is Sprinter. I actually discussed some of the routes with Sprinter before this match. So your controls are pretty good, though. They're very good. I'm not sure if I'm being too critical about that first seer exchange. I could be. And by all means, if there's any high-tier clowns, definitely give your input in the comment section. I always welcome that. Just that's the thing. Just because I coach and I teach people how to play the game and whatnot, you can never stop being a student. You always have to learn. You always have to be willing to ask the community and other players. I think you guys see that on my Discord all the time. I ask people, hey, in Bomber mains, come and message me. I got some questions for you. That's how you become a good coach, is you ask other people what they're doing. The minute you think that you have all the answers or you have the answers to the only strategies that work, that can be a spell for a disaster. So that's why I try to provide high-tier footage in some of these gameplays so you can also take away some things that perhaps I missed. But I really like it when I have high tiers, especially Hydra above when they submit their gameplay. It's humility, it's humbling. It also provides us the opportunity to learn from you. So what I initially said was wait for the clown against the priestess user. And, if there's nothing that I'm providing you, any additional information in regards to how to play clown, I mean, you're the one that's really good with them, then at least you can see some of the gameplay in regards to what clown and other high-tier clown users are doing. But I really can't wait for the audience to see how he handles the priestess. I remember watching it and I'm like, it was so intimidating, so intimidating. And the one clown user that I've always felt intimidated going against was Sprinter. His control, I remember one day accusing him of using an emulator. I remember back in the day, I was like, man, you use an emulator. There's no fucking way you controlling that clown with your hands. And Sprinter ended up becoming like a little brother to me. I really, really admire my friendship with him. Call Me Duty is also a really, really good clown as well. And so I've watched many hours. I mean, I used to go against the top clowns in the server, but I have watched more clown gameplay, especially on tournament level with Sprinter and Duty, and they've taught me so much. They're just remarkable players. And Mystic, your gameplay was really good as well. So I hope that you feel impressed. So look at and there's another moment. There's another moment, all right? So that shows you that even top clowns crash. But that's not the moment that I want to show you. I want to show you another moment. In Mystic, only you have the ability to tell yourself whether you can do this or not, okay? That's not for me to say. But his controls are so good, and yours were amazing, especially against the Perfumer. Absolutely amazing controls. The question is how consistent are you being able to turn back and forth? So here's the moment that I was talking about. So these quick moments, you see those movements really being able to go back and forth like that. Now, I'm not sure if you're capable, not you literally, if it's that easy on mobile. I'm not sure if this person, like I said, is a PC player or not. But those, like I said, your ability to turn back and forth in almost nearly a straight line consistently, that's what's going to excel you to the next level if you feel like there's more levels that you need to climb. Me personally, I never feel like I reach the maximum potential of a character because then I feel like I'm set on. So I'm always asking myself, how can I do better? And what can I do better? And so, like I said, that first exchange against that seer, you had a little bit of that round in motion, but I mean, I don't know how to really criticize you or anything. Your gameplay was amazing, my friend. So the only thing that I wanted you to know is is that extra cipher. Most of those the cipher on Moonlit always occurs on that cipher bridge. So really what you're looking for is that cipher layout in between second stop and first stop on Moonlit. If that doesn't exist, most survivors aren't going to transfer all the way to first stop from Broken Carousel. A lot of them are going to go towards that bridge cipher. So it seems like you already knew that though, because you were looking at that bridge cipher. So we got a little bit of lag there. And you were going against a pretty good team, man. Some of those players, I know who they are. They're good players, and they were using meta characters for the most part. You know, you could make the argument, right? Is it time for people to start playing Magician instead of Perfumer? Eh? I know the answer is probably not, but still. And you did a really good job at making sure that you didn't have to hit the perfumes either. The discipline that you had after they would perfume, and you'd make sure you wouldn't hit them. That requires a lot of skill too. And one of the nicest clown strategies is late game. If you do decide to carry detention, you carry detention and you insta dash and you stop the dash so you can hit them normal. Anyways, Mystic, thank you so much for submitting that gameplay. I'm not sure if I really provided you any help. I think you did a really good job. And hopefully maybe just reviewing the cipher layout and the spawn layout might help you a little bit. But it sounds like, you already got most of that stuff down. So excellent gameplay, good job, and especially great prediction against that forward. Everybody have a good day, and bye-bye now.